Hi. This week we start on Word. It's really common for students to underestimate Word and how much time they might need to put into it. But remember, there are a lot of things that Word can do. It's actually a pretty powerful program. So there are going to be things you come across in your trainings that are new to you. As I mentioned in my emails and in my notes on Blackboard, it's a really good idea for you to be ready to jot down some notes as you go through the trainings, so you can write down things that might be new to you or things that you haven't done particularly that way before you get started on your projects. I've already recorded something demonstrating training, so if you haven't seen that already, go back and find that video. This one is going to focus just on Word and getting started here. Okay, so you'll see, I'm in Blackboard in week 2, our Word week. At the very top, I list all of these skills, and I know you haven't approached a test yet, so this might not make a whole lot of sense. But the way that I do my testing in this class is I break apart the skill sets into things that are basic skills that everybody really should know. And if you can demonstrate those basic skills to me, then you're guaranteed a C for the test. Okay, it really is that simple. If, however, you've got some more advanced skills that you want to demonstrate, you have the opportunity to do that. So every time you schedule a test, everyone will take the C test. And when you're finished with that C test, if you have time, it is your option to decide to take the B test. The B test can't hurt you, okay? It's just an opportunity for you to demonstrate additional skills beyond the basics that might help boost your test score up. Now remember that these things are only applying to that Word test. So a C, if you get all of the things right on the C test and you don't attempt anything else, then you'll get a 79. That's the highest level of a C. If you miss a few things on the C test, but you get all of the basic stuffs right, then you'll probably make between 75 and 79. Okay? And then as you take the B test and you demonstrate some more of those skills, that it can only add to your grade. Okay? It can't hurt you. So that's what this skill list is about. I'm trying to give you an idea of what your basic skill sets are that you really probably should practice on. And depending on your skill level and your experience level, you might need to put in some little extra practice time even on the C stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody has access to this stuff at home. Not everybody has had a lot of exposure to it in high school. So you kind of have to address your own skill sets, where you're standing, to see how much more time you might need to put into those trainings to get familiar with it. So moving on down, first off, we have these textbook links here at the top. Again, these take you directly to the textbook. So if you just want to look through the book to see what kinds of skills are covered there, or if you've gone through the training and you thought you had it, but you got to a project and figured out you didn't quite have it, then go back to the book and actually flip through the digital pages and see if you can find the specific skill that you need to work on. Generally, the project instructions are kind of in the same order that the book goes in, so it should be pretty easy for you to find out what it is you need to know. Again, I already demonstrated a training and how that works, so I'm going directly to a project. I'm going to click the link for the project, and again, Cengage will open up. You can see it's opening here behind my Blackboard window, but it is opening. If this is the first time that you're clicking a Cengage link, you'll have to set up a Cengage account if you don't already have one. If you have one, it'll ask you to log in. If you don't have one, then go ahead and set it up using your campus email. After that, you won't have to worry about it anymore. It's kind of connected to your Blackboard account. So anytime you log in with this Blackboard account, it will connect you to your Cengage account. And so here is the project window. I've demonstrated this briefly in one of the welcome videos, but we're going to go in a little more in depth here. So here is a link to your instruction sheet, your starter file, and any other files that you're going to need in order to complete this project. So I'm going to download the starter file as well as the supporting file. You can see I'm using Chrome, so both of those files downloaded here in my bar. So I'm going to open up this starter file, and it opened up in my other screen. So there we go. All right. Let me get this in place. And here we go. This is the file that you're starting with. One thing to keep in mind regarding your instructions and your Cengage assignments, every time you click the Enter key, it considers it to be a paragraph. So when your instruction sheet tells you click at the end of this paragraph and type this or insert that, it's considering even just this first line here, Hawthorne Community Theater presents, that's considered a paragraph. So don't get confused by that. It's when it says click the first paragraph, it's talking about this line right here. It's not talking about what actually might look like a paragraph to you. Okay? After that, keep in mind, everything has a name. Okay? So if you're checking out an instruction and you're not quite sure what it's talking about, the instruction actually is trying to help you out. So here's your instruction sheet. I'm going to scroll down. All right. It says, make the picture of the umbrellas more eye-catching as follows. And all of these are all dealing with this picture here. These aren't separate individual things to do elsewhere in the document. Anytime it starts out like this, make the picture of the umbrellas more eye-catching, all of these steps deal with the umbrellas. Okay? So I'm going to scooch this over just a touch. It says to resize the picture to 2.1. Okay, I'm going to click the picture and then resize it to 2.1. So first thing to keep in mind, I'm going to click this picture in just a second, but I want you to notice the tabs that I have up here at the top. Now you probably don't have Developer. That's something separate you have to turn on. You probably don't have Zotero or Grammarly because those are programs that I have downloaded that I use quite a bit. So you probably don't see these. But when I click this picture, what you're going to notice on your screen and on mine is I'm going to get another tab that shows up here at the end. And that's the tab that I need in order to do the changes that I need. So I'm clicking the picture. You could see the sizing handles surrounding the picture here. And then you also see Picture Format tab up here at the top. And that is where all of the things that I need in order to complete these instructions right here are going to be. So the first thing was to resize it. It wanted me to resize it to 2.1 tall. Okay. So I'm going to click up here, 2.1, press the Enter key, and it adjusts automatically the width. Other things that it tells me to do. Apply the compound frame black picture style. So this is leading me to where it wants me to go. Again, you should have done this in the training, but sometimes you kind of forget where things were, but the instructions are actually trying to help you. So it's telling me that this is a picture style, and if it's in bold like this, that's the actual name of the picture style I'm looking for. Going back to my document here. So you'll notice all of these buttons are labeled into groups. Adjust group, picture styles group, accessibility, arrange, and size. So I'm going to go to picture styles. And I'm going to look in there. Each of these buttons has its own name. This button is actually called Picture Styles. This one is called Picture Border, Picture Effects, and Convert to Smart Art Graphic. Okay, now your buttons might look a little different from mine. Screen resolution has a lot to do with how these buttons actually display, but they all still have the correct name. So I'm going to click the drop down arrow for this Picture Styles. And then I'm going to look for the compound black frame. Now, I'm just going to make an assumption, since it's called compound black, that it's going to be one of the ones that has a black border on the outside. Okay, so this one is thick matte black. This one's simple frame black. Here's another one with a black frame, moderate frame. Here's one, metal. I'm running out of guesses. That's a reflective. So now I'll just go to each individual simple bite. Beveled, metal, drop, reflected, oval, double, that's not it. Compound frame black. Finally, patience is important. So I'm going to click that. And you might have noticed behind, as I was hovering on all of these other things, it's showing me the preview of what it's going to look like in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And then I can go to my instruction sheet and see what else. Apply the green 5-point glow, accent color 1, glow picture effect. So this is a picture effect, and it's giving me a hint as to where it is. All of this is all one thing, okay? I'm looking for the green 5-point glow, accent 1 color, glow picture effect, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you this error because I skipped a step here. All right, picture effect. All right, the picture is still selected, so my picture format tool is still activated. If I click away from the picture for any reason, I lose this tab. See, it's gone. Click it again, I've got my picture back. Okay, I'm running out of time for my 15-minute time limit. Okay, so picture tab. Here's the picture effects. Remember, the instructions said it was an effect. It also said it was a glow effect, so I'm going to choose glow. And so now here at the bottom, I've got all of these different glow. Glow 5-point blue, accent color 1. Even though I do see a green one out here, I might not see one that exactly matches the name that's in my instruction sheet. And the reason I might not see that is because I skipped a step. Right up here, it says to begin by changing the document's theme colors to green. These theme colors control a lot. So I'm going to go back to my design tab. And again, this is all covered in your training, so don't get upset here. Okay? Colors. I'm going to look for the one named green and click that. Now I'm going to go back. Oops, I'm in my instruction sheet. Design. Colors, green, and now go back to my picture format tool, glow, and you'll notice all of these options are very different from the first time I was here. And so now I should be able to find the correct one. Accent color, what did it want? 1. Okay. So this glow, 5-point green, accent color 1. You see it puts a little green glow on the outside of it. So the point of the demo, I'm not going to do the whole thing for you. The point of the demo here is that everything has a name. Every color has a name. Every button has a name. The buttons are grouped into named groups to help you find it. And the instruction sheet does its best to help guide you as to where you need to look to find the button or find the option that you're looking at. When in doubt, at the bottom of every instruction sheet, it shows you a picture of what your end document should look like. Do not ever just open this up and go to the end and just try and duplicate what you see there. Because there are a lot of different ways to accomplish some of the things that you see, and you might guess the wrong thing, okay? For example, this area down here, this could be a rectangle shape that they've put text in. It could be a text box. Or it could be just a paragraph that you've added paragraph shading to. You won't know that unless you follow the instructions. So be sure that you are following the instructions carefully. So I hope this was helpful to you in getting started as a general orientation. Everything has a name. Your instructions do try and hold your hand and lead you to where you need to be. I will be online for our scheduled virtual office hours, so if you've got any questions, just join in at that time, or you can always email me or post in the help discussion board, and we will try to get all of your questions answered.